29th marks 40 years since the royal wedding of Lady Diana Spencer and Prince Charles. As expected, Prince Harry's upcoming memoir is causing all kinds of drama amongst the royals, despite the fact that it hasn't even come out yet and they have no idea what he's going to say. But royal insiders tell the Daily Mail that the family is particularly concerned about what Harry might say about his stepmother Duchess Camilla, who, as anyone who watches The Crown knows, had an affair with Prince Charles while he was married to Princess Diana. According to the outlet, Clarence House is worried about what Harry could write about Camilla, especially as Charles is gearing up to eventually be the king and she becomes queen consort. Let's be honest, Harry has never been close to the Duchess of Cornwall, a source says. If he documents their fraught relationship in the book, it could be very damaging at a time when Charles is laying the groundwork for her to become queen. It's been 40 years since the lavish wedding between Prince Charles and Princess Diana, and while it ended in divorce, it was once the most talked about wedding. The Prince of Wales' wedding to Diana Spencer took place at St. Paul's Cathedral in London on July 29, 1981. The ceremony was attended by 3,500 guests, with an audience of 750 million people around the globe watching the future king, then 32, say "I do" to his 20-year-old bride. The couple welcomed Prince William 11 months later and Prince Harry in September 1984. Their separation was announced in December 1992 by then Prime Minister John Major, and their divorce was finalized in August 1996. 1 year before Diana's death in a car crash in Paris in 1997. Princess Diana went through a rough time while dealing with her husband's infidelity. Still, she tried her best to get him back for the sake of her marriage and family. Princess Diana knew that her husband's heart belonged to somebody else. However, she had a difficult time accepting that her marriage was over. For the sake of her family, she tried her best to get her husband to love her, going so far as to use seductive lingerie to try to lure him away from his mistress, Camilla Parker Bowles. Unfortunately for her, even that plan backfired. To this day, Prince Charles' prior illicit affair with the now Duchess of Cornwall is looked down upon, with fans of the late princess considering it a big part of why Diana is no longer alive. The story of her last desperate attempt to regain Charles' attention was told by Richard Kay, a friend of the princess, and Geoffrey Levy, his colleague. According to the Daily Mail, Bowles' sister, Annabel Elliott, hosted a party in 1989 to celebrate her 40th birthday and invited a lot of A-listers to the event, one of them being Her Royal Highness. The princess was invited out of mere courtesy. She wasn't expected to show up knowing that Bowles would obviously be attending the party. For this reason, Diana didn't want to go but changed her mind later on. Knowing her husband would be with Parker Bowles that night, she decided to show up and try to outdazzle her. The People's Princess replied to the invitation on the day of the party, which drove the now Duchess of Cornwall into a fit of rage, according to Kay and Levy. Diana had tried one last time to win her husband over. She knew that even though Camilla was 14 years older than her, she had the upper hand. Diana visited Harrods' lingerie department and bought something that could be considered a little more seductive than what she usually wore. It was her final gamble. That night, the princess slipped into the lingerie set. It was very exotic, she told a confidant the next day, and it was definitely something that her husband wouldn't expect to see her wearing. While admiring herself in the full-length mirror, Charles walked in and saw her. His words pierced her like knives. For in that instant, he told her that she looked ridiculous. According to Kay and Levy, that was the night Princess Diana finally realized that there was nothing left in their relationship and that she had lost her marriage to Bowles. In years to come, Diana ended up depressed and fearful and ended up isolating herself in the latter years of her life. Ultimately, it was revealed that Charles asked for a separation, and Diana supported it. While she agreed, it caused her deep, profound sadness. After all, the pair had 2 young children who would have to grow up with divorced parents while being under the harsh spotlight. The entire world knows of Prince Charles' love triangle, but not many know of the other pursuits he thought would be his wives. It turns out even the future king has to kiss a few maidens before finding the one. The Queen's firstborn son may be second in line for the throne, but it seems not many women were waiting in line to marry him. As a result, the prince's search for a bride turned out to be longer than expected. The prince famously fell in love with Camilla Parker Bowles a year after meeting her in the summer of 1971. Camilla was dating Andrew Parker Bowles at the time. However, he was often away due to his army service. Although Prince Charles and Bowles fell for each other, their lineage got in the way of their relationship. Bowles was born from a well-off family. However, she wasn't an aristocrat and wasn't pure, making their union impossible. The prince eventually sailed off with the Royal Navy in 1973, and Bowles was engaged a few months later. Prince Charles' first potential soulmate was then married in July that year, leaving the heir alone. Prince Charles was linked to many beautiful women after Bowles, with reports claiming he had dated 20 women. As Prince Charles approached 30, he started to consider marriage for himself seriously. He set his eyes on Davina Sheffield, who ticked all of the boxes for a potential royal bride, except for one thing. Sheffield's ex-boyfriend revealed that the two had been living in sin when they were together. Although rumors of a proposal had been swirling at the time, the couple's relationship reached a dead end. Things seemed to take a turn for the best when Lady Amanda Knatchbull caught the prince's eye. Lady Knatchbull is Prince Charles' second cousin, making her eligible for the marriage. However, she rejected the proposal. Prince Charles later reportedly unsuccessfully proposed to Anna Wallis twice. Wallis was Prince Charles' last girlfriend before he proposed to one of his ex's younger sisters. Finally, someone folded to the prince's quest for marriage, and it was 19-year-old Lady Diana Spencer. Though the Diana and Charles marriage didn't endure, their big day did deliver one of the most historic moments of all time, Princess Diana's wedding gown. Diana's wedding dress, complete with its iconic 25-foot train, is on loan from William and Harry and serves as the centerpiece of the Royal Style in the Making exhibition, which opened in June at Kensington Palace. Also in June, a 1981 Ford Escort Ghia saloon Charles gave his bride-to-be in May 1981 as an engagement gift fetched nearly $73,000 at auction. A 28-ounce portion of Prince Charles and Princess Diana's wedding cake is going up for auction on August 11 and is expected to fetch nearly $700. Preserved in plastic wrap and stowed away in a decorative tin for 40 years, the slice measures 8 inches by 7 inches and is decorated with the royal coat of arms in blue, gold and red.
Thank you for watching. If you liked, feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates. We will update the latest videos about the royal family every day. Thanks and goodbye.